Okay, today I'm going to talk about our projects in West Mali. Oklo Resources has been working there for the last 5 years in a way, and I'll talk you through our projects there and the opportunities which we're working on. We're located just east of the Senegal-Mali Shear Zone on the western side of Mali. We've got a well-endowed region of Birimian volcanics and sediments through the area. We've got significant deposits with barracks deposits to the north at Gunkoto, and we've got B2 Golds for Kola sitting out to the west of us, and we're operating within a 30k distance of that on a secondary structure coming off of the Senegal-Mali Shear Zone. We're sitting out here and we've got a resource in place which has got well-founded ounces, and we've got an experienced team which has been working in this area for a fair while now. So from a quick corporate overview, we've got just over $4 million available for us. We've got 3.8 in cash. We've got an investment in a listed company in Marvel, which we joint ventured some ground out to. We're currently sitting with about a $45 million market cap. And we've got on our board Mark Conley, who was previously MD of Papillon before that was sold to B2. Our MD Simon's based out of Sydney. Dr. Diallo was formerly with the DNGM and did a lot of the fundamental work which led to all of the discoveries through Mali, and was BHP's exploration manager for Africa out of London for a number of years. And myself, I was GM of exploration with Papillon before we were bought out by B2, and I'm now working with Oklo. We've got a good shareholder registry with a fairly tight top registry with some significant funds sitting in there, and sort of 64% in our top 20 shareholders. We've got a fairly sticky register, which is nice. We put out just over a year ago our maiden resource at our Dandoko Project. This is sitting in at around about 670,000 ounces and running at a bit over 1.8 grams per tonne. The resource is sitting with 79% in the M&I, and of that, we're looking at 65% is in oxide material, which is going to give us some optionality about how we go about processing and scheduling this going forwards. What we're working on now is extending that resource with some near higher grade material, which we'll be able to put into and add to that inventory. Everything which we're looking at here is within our 15k Dandoko corridor, which we've been exploring for the last few years, and we're looking to bring in material into that resource inventory. One of the nice things about the resource is we're sitting in there, we're insensitive pretty well to gold price. We see little variation in our resource statement as we change pits around changing gold price, and we've also got a very nice grade tonnage curve. We can quite quickly schedule and optimise our schedules and be able to bring in grade pretty quickly in the early part of any schedule and upgrade the material going through into the plant as we go forwards. The majority of the resource is sitting within 3 pits at SK1, 2 and 3. This is basically sitting within a 750 metre radius as the centre of mass of our resource space. And it's going to be this which we're using for our study work going forwards, and is basically underpinning everything which we're doing going forwards from a capital development perspective. Seco-1, which is the deposit sitting on the east, is all oxide material. We've got weathering down to 200 metres, pardon me, and will provide over 300,000 ounces of oxide material. SK2, located in the middle, is a mix of oxide and fresh on about a 50-50 ratio, and is running at over 2.4 grams of material. We've got the ability to access multiple pits and provide schedule optionality as we go forwards, and be able to access different types of material with different grade composition to manage how we will work any payback. The metallurgy fits in with what's going on regionally. We've got no problems with recovering material. Our expectation is we'll be putting in a conventional CIL plant. We've got good recoveries from out of the oxide with 95% average once we weight that across the resource, and we're looking at around about a 92% average based on the work which we've done to present across the whole resource profile. At the moment, we're looking to bring in more material which is nearby into the resource inventory, and has been the focus of this year's season. We've got continuations of the mineralisation along trend, and work's been going on this season in bringing in some of that up in category into an inferred capability. Along strike, we've got material down at Disse and down at Cocoa, where we've got ability to extend that, and we've been extending the Cocoa trend further south into Bembala. At Disse, we've got older material, which we've got 20 metres at 5 grams within a tensional gash, which has got the ability to go through anything which we develop at the Seco deposits. And pushing on at Bembala, we've got drilling rigs moving down to there to follow up trenching, which has already encountered significant zones. At Dandoko, we've been putting drilling in there to extend below a small amount which was in the resource, and that's developing up with a number of higher grade shoots developing. We have a vein on echelon set coming through, which is likely to be able to develop. Part of what we're doing as well is pushing on to our broader deposits projects around us. We've now got the fundamental base sitting within the MRE we've got, and we're able to start to expand our footprint and look at what other resources we can begin to bring into that capital which we're going to commit to. Some of the work which we're about to initiate in the coming weeks is work at Surrey and Kasaya, and then down at Coralfing. Surrey and Kasaya have had a first pass of drilling. That first pass of drilling brought in air core results of 24 at 1.9. That's wrapping around a felsic intrusion. We've had an eastern licence at Kasaya granted in November. That's got a mirror image from auger anomalism sitting over on the east, and that's also going to be a target of drilling coming up. At Coralfing, we put some initial passes of air core drilling following up some auger work across that project. This gave us some broad zones of moderate grade gold. We've got zones of 6 metres at 29 and pushing out to 34 metres at 1 gram of material, which we've left alone for the last couple of years while we focused on getting the MRE at Seco and Dandoko put together. Now that's in place, this is going to be an area which we're following up and bringing up into an inferred category of mineralisation as we go forwards. We engage, like everyone does, it's an important part of how we work in our community. They're a part of our workforce, they're part of helping us protect our assets from artisanal miners and engaging as we go forwards and building up. So this is a key part of what we're working on. And at the moment, our focus is twofold. We've got the resource at Dandoko and Seco, which is basically underpinning everything we do. We've initiated ESIA studies on that. We've submitted our terms of reference and looking to be putting in an ESIA in to enable an environmental permit for August. And while we're doing that, we're looking to be bringing in the regional targets and getting them areas which were just mineralisation and bringing them onto our inventory list. So that's it, and we're up on row B out the back, and happy to take any questions as we go along over the next day. Thank you.